Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to hop on real quick and make a video. Today, I found a new YouTube channel. Actually, it's called On the Edge 72. It's not a new channel, but it's new to me. He apparently posted a video, so I checked it out, and it was titled "What's Your Favorite Knife Shield?" Great topic. And it kind of started a little bit of a chain of people who responded online, and I've been just gobbling it up. So I decided let's try and jump in. I don't have a ton of great shields, but when I encounter one, sorry, I bumped the camera there. When I encounter a good shield, I do appreciate it. I really do think that there is a lot more that can be done with shields. I know it's not the easiest thing for knife makers, but I appreciate them. So I wanted to just jump in and show some of my favorites, and actually I'll take it a step further. I'll show some of the ones that I don't like. It doesn't make the knife any less usable, obviously, or enjoyable, but there are some shields where I'm like, I don't know why they go with that choice. But let's talk about the positives first. Let's talk about some of the shields that I am really enjoying from my collection. So here's one that I think a lot of people recognize. This is a Victorinox Swiss Army knife. So it's this, I believe, this is the Spartan, but don't quote me on that. I had this for years and years, so it's a really great knife. But generally speaking, the shields typically look like this, and I know there's probably a whole other community for this, and I think the shields have changed over time. But um, when you see the shield, you just know you're getting a quality Swiss Army knife. So I think this is up there on the list. Next this is actually kind of a channel premiere. I'm gonna do, I know I say this about everything, but I'm gonna do a video on this knife by itself. Um, but I just got this. What a great knife! And here's the thing it's gonna drive people crazy. It's a spade blade. I love it. But hey, we'll save that for another time. This is a GEC 39. But what I really like about this is the shield. It's really nice. It's some people call this a bow tie or propeller shield. I just like the fact that it's kind of I'm big on the symmetry, and it does have symmetry, at least this way. And man, I gotta really adjust my lighting, I think. I don't know, guys. Like, there's so much reflections going on. Maybe I can move my light back. I don't know. We'll think about it. But anyway, what a great shield. I just think this is, and it's the size of this is nice too. I don't like it when it's a little too small. This really says, hey, look, this is a shield and it's here and it's visible. By the way, I've always thought, you know what? Why don't we put shields on the other side? I know there's a tradition to this, but I mean, it's 2025. I wouldn't mind a shield on both sides sometimes. I don't know. It's kind of probably controversial, but that's a great shield. Probably overall, if I had to pick one shield, it might come down to this shield being. Sometimes people have called this the badge, or more appropriately, I think it's called a federal shield. So it kind of looks like this. Looks like like an old timey policeman's federal badge. I think I would have to say this is probably my favorite overall shield, especially when it's well done. And this one is the proportions. I'm big on the proportions of everything. Like, it's got to fit the knife. You don't want it too big, you don't want it too small. And a lot of people are big on being flush. This one's just really well done. This is the GEC 88. Oh no, I'm not sorry, not 88, 86. Uh, this was a run that they called, I think, Angus. I forget what it's actually called. Man, I'll do a video on this another time. But anyway, we're talking about shields today, and this is one of my favorite shields. It's just the Federal shield. You'll see it in a lot of knives, but when it's done well, I really appreciate it. And this is one of my favorite knives overall too, in ebony. We'll do a video on that. I've done a video on this, finally, one that we have actually talked about. And this is called a bomb shield. So it's kind of an elongated bomb in this case. Sometimes they're not as long as this, but that's kind of the cool thing about this, right? So like I mentioned, how important proportions are. And I think it's for a knife like this, it's just elegant, and it's got a longer bomb, and it's it fits it, right? You don't want a little tiny stubby bomb on a nice, elegant black knife like this that looks sleek and I don't know, for lack of a better word, it looks like, I just think it looks masculine, right? Like you just pull this out and you're like, yes, this is a knife, and it's here to do some business, and you want a shield that kind of stands up to that. Um, Also ebony. I love this knife, and we've done that. That's the 77. That's the run that came out this year. This knife right here is a GEC 54. It was a DLT exclusive. Don't know too much more about the lore and the legends behind this. I kind of just got this from another collector, and you know what I like about it is the shield. Actually, I like the color, and the knife is great, but like I don't know exactly what the shield is all about. I think of it as a leaf. Um, it looks like some type of maybe leaf, oak tree leaf, if I had to guess, or it could even just be a tree in general. But anyway, it's really cool. I like it. It's symmetrical. It's bold, and it works with the jigging. Actually, kind of just like the jigging kind of works with this. I don't know how else to say it. I like it. One of my favorites. Just me personally, love it. And last but not least, for those who don't know, I am actually in Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm actually from the Philadelphia region. So the Pennsylvania state itself is kind of sometimes known as the Keystone State. So this is a Keystone Shield. Again, not necessarily common, but it is common with Shatton Morgan that produced a line of Keystone collection knives, and essentially they put these shields on there to tie the collection together, and it ran for like 20 years. So you'll see this shield quite often on that era of of knives. So yeah, this one's from 2006, and oh man, this one's got a great spade blade too. And I'm a big fan of spade blades. Maybe it's not the favorite, but I don't hate it as much as some people. And this one in particular is super sexy because it's, look at that. Look at that. It's pretty nice. Anyway, we're not talking about knives. We'll probably end up doing more of videos on these as we go forward. Here's another Swiss Army. Looks a little different, right? I feel like it's smaller, but something about the proportions, I feel like it's a little different. Like the on this one, the cross is like a little less rounded. Uh, just, a little bit, something changed. I don't know if this was newer. I think this one's like 10 to 15 years old. This one's a little newer, I think so. Anyway, some of my favorite shields here. What do you guys like? Are you not a fan of shields? There's definitely people who just like the simplicity of just keeping it not shielded. Let me put these aside because I would like to also talk about some things that kind of bother me about shields in general. One would be just a general shape, like this one right here is known as, let me get the glare away. I believe this one's known as, what is this one called? The corset. I believe it's called the corset. Just why? I don't know. I mean, I like this knife, but I'm not a huge fan of this. At least the shield is flush and well done, but I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into it. I just don't know. The other thing that bothers me about shields is when they are just plain, like this one. This is one of my favorite knives too, by the way. It's, again, ebony, as you can tell. If you haven't learned yet, you're gonna see a lot of ebony with me. This GEC 72, great knife, but I don't know. I know some people like this shield. And I guess I've even heard some people could use this blank shield as maybe a place that they can engrave something, but I just look at it and I'm like, why? Why is that even there? It just doesn't fit. There's nothing going on. It just looks like suddenly there's like a white line across this knife. Similarly, when they do this, you know, it's just an oval. I mean, there's nothing there. It's blank. It just bothers me. I'd rather have it blank. I mean, I'd rather have no shield at all than just have this like this. I think that looks great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Why? Why this? I don't know. Maybe it's just my OCD, but I just feel like, man, what a shame. But overall, though, I mean, this is, by the way, I just want to be clear. This is not about the knives themselves. This is about the shields that come with the knives. And the last thing is like, I love cases. Like I've been getting into it recently. But one thing I've always thought is like the shields on the case knives. Man, like this one, you can barely understand. If you didn't know this was a case knife, how would you even read that? You know, like, man, that's about as clear as I can get it for you right there without the light. But even there, it's like, what are you even reading? Um, you know, I don't think there's anything they're gonna do to change that. But I love the knives. I love case. I mean, I'm used to this shield now. But if you really think about it, that's not the way to go, guys. Like, come on, really? Anyway, I would say this is another case that's better. Okay, symmetrical, bold. You can read it, legible. But even better than that is this case. There you go. You can see that. You can really see that. And it says case XX. If you want it to say case XX, because this one doesn't actually say that, it says just case. So if that's the case, or I mean, no pun intended, but if the case is that you want to say XX, this is a great way to do it. Instead of cramming it into what in the world that is, I don't, you know, why would you do that? But that's kind of a couple of peeves of mine. And I have one more for those who have ever heard of the Bulldog brand. They make good knives, actually. Excuse me. But their logo is like a dog, I guess. And that's the shield that they went with. I mean, awful. I'm just sorry to say it's awful. I actually like the material though. I kind of like this. It's almost like a coin that they put on there, but one, it's a little small, but it's actually kind of great that it's like in this channel right there in the stag. I love that. It's a great knife, by the way. Look at this thing. Look how chunky it is. It's a great knife. But the shield, I mean, I know like that has nothing to do with the knife, but the shield is awful. I mean, you can barely see what it is. It looks like a hideous. This is like somebody trying to draw a dog from memory in like sixth grade. It's like, how do you get this approved in product development? I don't know. But anyway, this is a Bulldog knife. Great knife, by the way. I mean, just look at that knife, right? Look at how sexy that blade is. This is a knife, guys. This is a knife. When I think of a knife, this is it. And they made good knives too. You know, this is a lockback that's like it's it swings well above what it probably cost. But this is what they were making back then, and obviously you don't hear too much about Bulldog today. I think they're still kicking around somewhere, I believe. Um, After a certain time in the 2000s or even late 90s, they switched over to made in China. But I think this was one of the ones that were made. Let me see. This is a, yeah, made in Solingen, Germany. So this is before they switched over to made in China. So really good one. Again, we're talking about shields, so we're not. I'm trying my best not to digress. We're already, you know, running late into the game here, so I don't want to totally throw us off. But yep, that's kind of my outlook on shields. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm sure for everybody that likes you know, a federal shield or likes a bomb shield, right? Like me, there's gonna be somebody that claims that they have to have this bulldog or this little oval that makes no sense. Now, I will say though that the oval, it does give it some interest, because if your knife just looked like this, I can see that, you know, if it's not bone or anything, it's just plain, it is a little flat and boring. So when you see this, you're like, okay, that's the show side, and you know, gives you some interest. I get it. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't get why they have a shield, but again, I just wish like you're already producing excellent quality knives, and this is an excellent knife. I mean, this is ebony, it's fit and finishes, you know, it's a GEC, but then you put this. This is the best you can do. It just boggles my mind. I'm trying not to get irritated, but it just throws my sensibilities off. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But still love the knives. Good shields, bad shields, they all have character. They're like kids, you know, like they all have their own um individual characteristics. What do you guys think? Are you in agreement with some of these choices? Do you what's the favorite shield that you like? Do you like these shields that I showed here? Are you a big fan of the case shields, or do you think they might have some work to do and get back to something like that? What are your favorite ones you saw here today? And do you agree with me on some of the ones that I also dislike? Let me know, leave a comment. And by the way, thanks for subscribing. I've only been doing this for like a couple weeks now, so I'm new to the game. Got a lot to learn, but I'm mostly just here to hang out. It's not really about anything other than having fun. So if you are having fun and you like to hear some content, or you know, have some words of advice, or want to see something, and leave a note, let me know. I'm still trying to figure out what's fun for everybody and do it together. So anyway, subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, help me out, you know, share the word. And I'm still subscribing to new channels every day too, so trying to just kind of get involved with the community. It takes everybody. So thank you very much. Just wanted to thank everyone for subscribing, because it's been fun watching everyone and getting to know some people as the channel grows. Thanks everyone. See you in the next one.